Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Dr. Leon Hall is here from the First Christian Church. Welcome to the show.
Well, it's nice to be back. Thank you.
Well, last year, let's talk about that. You came and was this the program you introduced to us last year, the One Step at a Time counseling?
Yes, that's going, just getting it off the ground at that time.
Okay, and I think at that time you just had a few clients, and you know, just like you said, getting it off the ground. So, what's the comparison of what it was like and what it's doing right now?
Well, the group's about full now.
Good.
And I'm really considering starting another one.
Really?
Because of you have to limit the people in the group. Everybody gets a chance to talk. So you can't break them up once they're bonded because nobody wants to leave.
Okay.
But it's a good group, very productive.
Well, let's tell people what kind of counseling it is and who does it focus on.
It's for people who are going through some trials, some difficult stress, anxieties, trying to get over some bad experiences they've had. We kind of have a cross section of a lot of people, but you'd be surprised with the different problems how much everybody has in common. It's pretty good.
Now, when you say stress and having problems, I mean, we all have problems. I mean, are these severe problems, or does it have to be?
No, they're acute. They're acute,
okay.
And most of them are long-term, and they've been stressed. They had a lot of anxiety, and anxiety and stress is only caused by one thing: it's fear of the unknown. They color it all different kind of colors, but it's just fear of the unknown. If you don't know how something's going to work out and you're worried about it, you get stress over it.
Yeah.
And the group is going. We have one guy that drives from Branson. He was seeking help in Branson, but it's just so expensive.
Yeah.
And it's getting to a point now where most insurance companies don't want to pay for it.
Now, is your service free?
Yes. Yes.
I thought it was.
Yes. So it's there's I don't think there's going to be any problem in getting people.
Yeah.
But we're having a good time.
What about people out there that say, I've got a problem, but I don't feel I would do well in a group setting?
If they called the church, I do one-on-one counseling. I do family counseling, individual counseling. In fact, I'll sit down with them before they join the group, just to see if the group's appropriate for them. But I normally see people 3 days a week, and all they have to do is call, make an appointment, and we'll sit down and chat.
Do they have to be advised by a physician, or can they can just get counseling with you?
They can just walk in and say, hey, this is what's going on, what can I do about it?
So the group is very eclectic, and then there's not a single issue?
No, there's several things.
Does it range from what?
It ranges from post-domestic abuse to going through divorce to really low self-esteem because of weight problems, and so I've got 3 people now on a weight management program, which is they're kind of happy about that right now.
Do you find that some of the patients have problems from childhood?
Yes, most of them do.
Yeah.
The ones that are just verging on PTSD or post-traumatic stress. A lot of that comes from abuse when they were young. We have some that have been sexually abused when they were small kids, and that's a heavy load to be dealing with. So that's why I've got those folks. I always sit down once a week with them. They go to the group, but we still continue the one-on-one counseling because there's some things that we talk about when we're just together that they don't want to bring up. They're not ready to divulge that in the group yet.
But do they? Is it progressive for them to bring those things out? I mean, is there a healing process when you do bring it out?
There's definitely a healing process, and one of the major beginning steps is bring it out, look at it. You got to stare the boogeyman in the face.
And that goes back to the fear thing that you were talking
right,
about.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, do you see that the people kind of, like, that have the same basic issues kind of gravitate to each other? Because if it's a group setting, like you say, when people all talk at once, it can get, pretty chaotic. Right. And so people tend to gravitate, kind of form bonds between.
Absolutely. In fact, I shouldn't say I was surprised, but the second meeting, they're exchanging phone numbers. Mm-hmm. And the way that the dynamics of a group, I mean, my job at the group now is to turn the lights on and off. I have really very little input because they're just talking among themselves, and if somebody says something that we kind of think they're copying out, they'll call their shot, and it's exciting. One of our rules is no fisticuffs.
So is this a cure path or a coping path?
Well, it could be both. The long-term stress and anxiety, the situation has to get better before that really completely goes away, or you put it in the right proportion, so that when you're looking at it, it doesn't seem as it's always huge when you're looking at it yourself.
Yeah.
But when you see, hey, I'm not the only person in that situation. How do you deal with it? And so we have people in various stages of wellness now, but they're coming along real good.
Now you say you want to start another group. I guess that's why you're here. You want to kind of stir up some interest.
Well, we decided after the first of the year we would go ahead and let the information out again that we're still having it, and I wasn't anticipating starting a second group. I retired.
Sure, yeah.
I think, but the people that are coming in now are the people that are trying to get into the group. I can't fit into the group we have going right now, so we'll start another group.
How large is your group currently?
We got about 12.
About 12, and so that's about max.
That's about max. Because you figure if everybody we start out and everybody takes about 4 or 5 minutes to say what's been going on this last week.
Yeah.
And you take that, and it starts promptly at 6, and I promised them promptly ends at 7, so they got something they can plan on.
Yeah.
So, and I've finally got myself a talking stick, and you can talk if you're holding the stick. They kind of get a big kick out of that.
Yeah.
Can't talk if you can't find your stick.
So when does this particular session meet?
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
From 6 to 7 at First Christian Church.
Okay, and located where?
It's on Highway 62 near the bypass.
So it's out there by the Ford dealership.
Yes, in fact, it's right next to the Ford dealership. Right.
Now, for people that are interested, do they contact you directly, and how do they contact you?
They call, talk to the secretary, and she will set them up an appointment for us just to sit down and get to know each other. And because, as I said, depending on what they're going through, there are some things that the group is just not
equipped
to do.
So do you direct those people then to a professional counselor in a certain area?
Right, because it looks like it's going to be long term, and that's not really the purpose for what I'm doing. Yeah. And we have places in the local community that we can refer people out to.
I'm sure some of that might be free of charge.
Oh, some of it is, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I haven't had to refer anybody out yet, but when the time comes, I know what I'm getting in over my head.
Yeah. Good. Well, the meeting's every Tuesday from 6 to 7.
Tuesday from 6 to 7.
And that's at the First Christian Church.
Right.
Dr. Leon Hall, thank you for being here.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
And please come back. You're always welcome to come. Don't wait for an invitation.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Okay.
That's a very active church. We've always had lots of activities come out of the First Christian Church.
Yes. Thanks again.
Yeah.
All right, up next we'll talk with Michelle Stevens, and for something called Cupid in the Caverns. Wow, hope there's some hide and seeking going on there.
Oh, there's chocolate involved.
Oh, is there chocolate?
Yes, maybe there's chocolate involved.
Awesome chocolate. All right. Stay with us.